basic, but it had a good ending. I'm Joe Rentlin with my review of WWE Smackdown, and gonna jump right on into it. They're in WWE Thunderdome. Can't we get beyond Thunderdome? Well, for this go-home show for Clash of Champions, apparently we can't. I think it's another month before they're done with their contract at the Amway Center. And then what else are they going to do? They're going to go back to the Performance Center? Or are they going to do outdoor venues? I wonder what they're going to do. Your thoughts in the comments, please. So, I have also done predictions for Clash of Champions. I posted those yesterday. Check them out, and if anything gets added to the card, excuse me for not having the clairvoyance to see ahead. Time Machine is in the repair shop, and those repairs are expensive. So, anyway, this show, it just kind of happened. We have an Intercontinental Championship Ascension Ceremony. We have Styles, and then Sami Zayn, the real Intercontinental Champion, and then Jeff Hardy, the fake Intercontinental Champion, according to Sami Zayn. They have their respective titles, they hang them up, and they do the thing where they raise them up. And it reminded me of the Championship Ascension Ceremony, easy for me to say, between Cena and Orton. The one where CM Punk was laughing behind Triple H and Stephanie when Stephanie said that Triple H was one of, if not the greatest superstar ever. And then, Slammy Awards 2013, that was in Seattle, and I remember cheering my heart out for Daniel Bryan, as we all did. That was a great atmosphere to be part of. So anyway, yeah, the titles are raised up, though, and seemingly are just going to stay there until Sunday. Well, actually not, because we see what happens after this next match. But Zayn decides, hey, I'm going to interfere and, ruin the day of Styles and Jeff Hardy because they're going to have a match later. So he pushes the ladder into them and then, goes to leave. Adam Pearce, who is apparently in charge of this whole goddamn thing, which might explain why the show's kind of bland. Unfair to Adam Pearce, but honestly, this show is not salvageable until Bruce and Vince are gone, or whoever is in charge of SmackDown. I don't know who is. Maybe nobody is. Maybe they're just doing, boring shows by committee. So he says, hey, Zayn, you're going to be added to this. So it's the triple threat match, but a regular match. But there's no rules. There's no disqualifications, rather, in a triple threat match. There's ladders all around the ring. So why didn't the guys just use the ladders since there's no DQ? These are the questions that should be asked. Cole was trying to say everyone can use the weapon as a ladder. I will not let that line go because it was so goddamn funny. Jeff should not be wrestling anymore. At all. Him and Jeff should not be, or him and Matt, rather, should not be wrestling. And phenomenal forearm to Jeff, and then Zayn throws Styles out and tops Jeff 1, 2, 3. And then Styles grabs the ladder, hits them both, and sets it up and grabs the titles. So I guess they aren't going to stay up there until Sunday. Yeah, fine opening segment, I guess. And then we get Otis, talking about things that he can't trust. Carnival clowns, the temperature of milk, and lawyers, or something like that. I don't know. Otis doesn't make a lot of sense. I really think that Otis is the worst Money in the Bank winner of all time, and that's saying a lot. And Morrison and Miz are there. Morrison's filming all of Otis's angry reactions as Miz talks about taking all of Otis's stuff and the double wide his mom lives in and stuff like that, unless he hands over the Money in the Bank briefcase. And who told Morrison that that shirt was a good idea? A lot of ugly shirt choices for tonight for a lot of superstars. I don't get it. And then Tucker says, hey, wait a second, Miz, you're named in this lawsuit, but Morrison isn't. And then Otis beats the shit out of Morrison. This is stuff they actually thought was a good idea. Like having the match flow sponsor Bayley and Sasha recaps. I see what you did there. And then Bayley does a chair promo. She just sits down, talks briefly about Sasha and then beating Nikki Cross. Oh, Sasha's no longer in my corner. Well, now you can find out what I can really do. Nakamura with Cesaro versus Lince Dorado with Team Do a Good Lucha Thing in his corner. And Nakamura pretty much ends this in like 5 minutes. Kinshasa, that's it. Team Do a Good Lucha Thing having some problems. I know they're Lucha House Party, but Team Do a Good Lucha Thing is better. Wordier, but better. Yeah, are they fracturing? Who the fuck cares? Jey Uso drunkenly knocking on Reigns' door. Which, I kid. I know they got that, but it just kind of sounded like it. Maybe the audio was a little bit wrong. And he wants some answers from Roman Reigns about the look, and we get to find that out later. Tribute to Road Warrior Animal with various tweets from wrestlers. And some good stuff right there. Very fond tributes to one half of the greatest tag team of all time, in my personal opinion. And we get a Reigns Jey Uso package with Alpha, Sika, Rikishi, and Jimmy. And then he says Uso about 50 million times. I will say the video package is pretty well done. And, of course, Rikishi did it for The Rock, for those people. Maybe it's you people. No, it's did it for The Rock, did it for the people. I don't know. I screwed that up. We then get Reigns and Heyman in the back watching TV normally. Amazing. Heyman then comes out and says Reigns will talk when he is ready to. Corbin had a shirt that was definitely a choice. And then we get a slow-mo bro intro. We get Corbin versus Riddle. End of days for 3. I didn't care about this match. I don't care about this feud. And then Kayla's interviewing Riddle. He says losing sucks. He's not going to let him down. And, hey, Carmella is going to make her return. We know it's Carmella. She writes Untouchable on the mirror in lipstick. Cool, whatever. I guess we're going back to I Know What You Did Last Summer stuff. You remember what they did to Sarah Michelle Gellar? If you're old like me, and boy am I old, you would remember that, especially if you love your bad slasher movies. I don't care about the new Carmella, the untouchable Carmella, so Corey Graves is going to be upset. And then Alexa versus Lacey, Battle of the Network Fists. The Fox fistings are flying. Lacey was grinding down Alexa, and then the Fiend left her and cut to commercial break, and then we come back, Lacey is dominating Alexa, grinding down her, pulling her hair from behind. Different kind of Fox and Friends there. And then the Fiend light and the spoopiness and the laughter and everything. And Alexa snaps and a DQ is called because she won't stop giving it to Lacey from behind, repeatedly hitting her. And then Alexa hits Fister Abigail outside. You know, Dirty Blonde giving it to another Dirty Blonde face first. What am I on about anymore? And fine, whatever. I don't care about this Alexa Fiend stuff. It'd work in a horror movie. It's not going to work in wrestling, in my opinion. That being said, I don't blame them for trying new stuff. And then Reigns comes out. Alexa's just staring at him because Reigns took the title from the Fiend. Ooh, we need to revisit that feud. No, we don't. And Reigns, Heyman, and Jay, and he says to Jay, it's like, you don't know what it's like to be a top. And you also don't know what it's like to be the champion, and you can't be the champion. You wouldn't know what to do with it. And he says, it ain't you. It never will be you. It will always be me. Finally, they're doing with Reigns what they should have done with him 5 fucking years ago. I mean, yes, they're doing it now. Great, but just anyway. Jay then says, why not me? It will be me. Fired up and everything. Here's my only complaint. I'm of 2 minds on this. Reigns does a Superman punch on the stage and says, you're going to take your payday, and the ass woman who comes with it. I feed a whole family with this title. You know, it will be, it's like, you know, like it will never be used kind of stuff. So good stuff from Reigns. The thing I liked is so far, up to this point, they hadn't had Jay and Reigns do any kind of physical confrontation. And it was good stuff. So, I'm of 2 minds. I like what they did here, but I almost wish that they would have saved it, you know, for when he would just eventually beat him in 5 minutes, because it ain't going to take long for Jey Uso to lose. Now, I'm not saying that Jey Uso's bad, and I'm not saying that him and Reigns will not craft a decent story and try to do something. I don't care about the story, but I do appreciate them for trying to do something. But anyway, yeah, that's really it for SmackDown. I'm of 2 minds. I kind of like that they didn't do the physical altercation till now, and I almost wish they would have waited, but I'm not going to complain about that. Still don't care about the feud, but it is what it is. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.